I'm excited to talk about senior Brooke Finken today as she earns Athlete of the Week. I think the big thing with Brooke Finken is to understand that, last season, at the end of the season, Brooke Finken was chasing down transition layup defensively, and she kind of just stopped before the wall, and she ended up tearing her ACL, and so that caused her to miss all of the summer basketball, and then it also caused her to miss part of her fall season as well. And I think the biggest thing for her is that she obviously was very upset by the injury and what it was going to cost her as far as her improvement during the summertime and some of her fall sports such as volleyball. But I think the big thing is to understand is that when she got injured, she never stopped working. And so even when she was full braced up and really immobile, she was shooting free throws one-handed, or she was shooting threes standstill, and if someone else was injured or somebody was out there out rebounding for her, and she was always doing something to improve her game, working on her ball handling and things like that. And so then when she finally, did get back, and she worked really hard in PT and really pushed herself to get back as early as possible and get back to the player that she knew she could be. We really noticed her contributions and impact right away. I mean, at first for us, it started out on the defensive end. I think she's very long, and she moves very well laterally, and she anticipates well, and she's always been in good help side positioning as well. And so defensively, I thought she was a really good player for us, both on the ball and on the help side, and just her activity and her willing to make multiple effort plays and help out teammates when they get beat. And she made an impact that way. But then, what we started to see too is that all that work and all that shooting that she put on the side was starting to show up in practice and starting to show up in games too, as far as knocking down open shots when others were driving and kicking out to her. And recently she's averaging about 15 points a game and hitting 3 to 4 threes a game for us. By just being in the right spot and being quick and confident with her shot, and her feet are always ready and her hands are always set. And she just has been really playing well for us lately. And I've been really impressed with even just how she's adding, even in driving the basketball more, and just you can see her confidence grow with every single game. And I just think, I think back to that time, again, back to her injury, where, if she was just staying around and feeling sorry for herself, I don't think that this growth happens, and I don't think her contributions happen this year for her. But she made the most of that time, and you're definitely seeing that on the basketball floor. And then as far as just as a player, her overall attitude is always positive. You never see her in a bad mood. You never see her negative. She's comes to practice every single day with a chip on her shoulder, and she works hard. And I think she'll tell you that having had to sit out all that time with the injury has really put in perspective that basketball can end in a moment, and your sports can end in a moment. And so every day she comes to practice and every day she goes to games, you're never going to question her effort. You're never going to question her attitude. She's always positive. She's a great leader, and she's always leading by example on the floor. And I think that coachability too, like she wants feedback and she wants you to tell her what she's doing. She always tells me that she thinks she wants me to yell at her more, but there's not much to yell at her about, because she's working hard and she's got great effort and she listens. And that definitely rubs off on the girls. I think it's hard to watch a player like that and knowing what they come from and have worked back from, and then to go out there and not match her level of intensity and match her level of coachability and match her positive attitude. I think it's a really hard thing to do. So her leadership and just her overall approach to her game and the team this season has been just awesome. I'm just so proud of her and happy that she's having the success on the floor. But just the fact that she gets to get out there and play has been awesome for us.